ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game.
association with the NHL and Sportsnet.
It's been so long since I felt this handsome. Looking through the city, I've been all cooped up. Put me through the ring, a little thing called love. Got nothing to prove, but I do my best. No, I don't really care, parlez-vous, my French. Shaking up all other negative emotions. Can't believe my heart was feeling kinda broken. Neon dreaming, spinning, ceiling, what a moment. It's been so long since I went dancing.
Scores! Did you see that?
It's been so long since I felt this handsome. Surfing on the feeling like a 10-foot wave. Flying on the floor, I'm a disco plane. Vibe is alive and it's in my veins. Yeah, I like how I feel and I feel insane. Dreaming, spinning, ceiling, it's been so long since I went dancing. It's been so long since I felt this handsome. I looked in the mirror and guess what I said? I said, it's been so long since I went dancing. It's been so long since I felt this handsome.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
Oh, did you see that?
What a performance. Doesn't get any better than this.
What a play! What a goal! He's got a step. He's in alone.
There's a chance for Crosby. He scores! Absolutely amazing. Nathan Phillips Square, downtown Toronto. Nathan Phillips, is that a good omen for Matthew Phillips? Kyle Bukauskas will let us know if the kid from Calgary gets to suit up for his Flames against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's one of our early telecasts tonight. We're also on the air from Montreal, where it's the Los Angeles Kings, Philip Danault against the Canadiens. Habs a bit bitten by the injury bug, but it looks like Mike Hoffman's good to go. More on that coming up from Bell Center at Montreal. And then Minnesota, Vancouver's the nightcap tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. Kirill Kaprizov, 14 in a row. Mitch Marner for Toronto, 21 in a row. Good evening. Welcome to Hockey Night in Canada with Kelly Rudy, Jennifer Botterill, Kevin Bieksa. It's approximately an hour to the Chara versus Bieksa to the point. So we're counting that down. Elliot will keep you posted on the socials. Look, streaks. There's so many streaks going on in hockey. Connor McDavid's got goals in 7 in a row. Vancouver's 4 wins, all in OT. Here are the most unbreakable streaks in the big sports. Drew Brees broke one that had lasted over 50 years. Johnny Unitas, most completions for a touchdown in a game in a row, 54. Drew Brees. Wilt Chamberlain had 118 50-point games, so it was a different time, but he got 50 points in 7 consecutive NBA basketball games. He was amazing. The only guy to ever score 100 in a game. That's unbreakable, isn't it? Wayne Gretzky, don't have to tell you, the 51-game standard, broken by Jay Wells and the Los Angeles Kings. Amazing. And Joe DiMaggio, it's often compared to Wayne's 56 games with a hit. But for me, the biggest, most impressive streak at high-level sport would have to be in NCAA Division I hockey. And the streak is points in 91 consecutive games. This player had 10 points in a game, shares the record for the most, 7 assists in a game, twice. That's the most. Only back-to-back winner of the Patty. Yes. Any guesses, Jennifer, who that might be? 91 consecutive. So you played 113 games and scored in 112. Gretzky was the 44. Yeah, points.
Goal? Oh, points.
Do you
ever pass the puck?
You don't know her.
Hard to please, Kevin. Pass the puck? Obviously, weren't studying too much.
That is consistency, Jennifer. We could talk about it as we move through the night, but we better get to the games because it is big news at Scotiabank Arena. Kyle Bukauskas, down to you for Calgary, Toronto.
Yeah, Ron, Flames fans have been clamoring for Matthew Phillips to get a shot with the big club. The opportunity comes tonight. He'll play just his second NHL game. Milan Lucic will come out for Toronto. Nick Robertson could be out the next 2 months with a shoulder injury. Pierre Engvall is suspended for this game, so in comes Wayne Simmons and Joey Anderson. And Ron mentioned the streaks. Mitch Marner was his usual charged up self in warm-ups tonight. His zest for the game always evident, though he doesn't have quite the same hops as Elijah Balde did on this very ice earlier this week. Marner is very much the Energizer Bunny, and his streak just keeps going and going and going. As we go off to Montreal and check in with Sean McKenzie. Sean.
Kyle, after a successful road trip and with a winning record, we've heard a lot of the Montreal Canadiens win song blaring from their dressing room lately. I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty, a fitting song for a team that was supposed to be a basement-dwelling rebuilder, but now they are competing for a playoff spot. But Martin St. Louis always tempering expectations, saying, yes, they are competing, but how do you go from competing to having consistent success? That is the big question. We'll see some changes to the Habs lineup, as Ron mentioned. Mike Hoffman is in. Kirby Dach comes off the top line. He moves back to the center position with Juraj Slafkovsky. Josh Anderson moves up. Phoenix Copley gets a start for the Kings as LA looks for some type of savior between the pipes. Ron.
Great, Sean. Jennifer, that game.
Well, for Montreal, they haven't played since Tuesday, and time can be so valuable in this league. So how they manage their rest and their practice time to be effective tonight. They're dealing with a few injuries, so they'll rely even more on that top line, the chemistry of Suzuki and Caulfield. Suzuki continues to be a great leader, 5 points in his last 4 games, and Caulfield looks ready. He had a nice chat with you guys earlier on, pretty lighthearted coming into tonight.
And for Calgary, Dan Vladar is getting the start, which is no surprise. He has been so good this season. His crease movements, to me, are so good. The other thing that I really noticed about Dan Vladar is that he's able to get past a bad goal and just move on, and that's a real good skill for a goalie.
And if you saw the Cole Caulfield chat, then you saw the Kadri chat with us, and he very serious, very dialed in. They obviously got called out for their performance against Columbus. So if you're the Leafs, good start. Good start. Keep them down. Get that first one. Make them play from behind. Confidence is an issue right now for Calgary.
Calgary's been so streaky, right? They win 5 out of 6, then lose 7 in a row. Then they win 4 out of 5, then lose 3 in a row. So either they're at the start of a streak after last night in Columbus that's bad, or big things for Nazem Kadri and the Flames of Toronto, and Cole Caulfield and the Habs versus LA is next.
The stage is now set for the visiting LA Kings to take on the Montreal Canadiens. Welcome inside the Bell Center, where the Habs return home after a successful road trip and play host to the LA Kings, who are looking to bounce back after an ugly 5-0 loss at the hands of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They will face a Habs lineup that may look a little bit different tonight. That's because Mike Hoffman returns, and he will play on a line with Juraj Slafkovsky and Kirby Dach in the middle. That means, yes, Kirby Dach is off of that top line. Josh Anderson moving up with Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki. Now, it'll be Jake Allen going toe-to-toe with Phoenix Copley at the other end for the LA Kings. The Kings just looking for any type of boost between the pipes, because it hasn't been pretty as of late. The goaltending in LA has been an issue. Their save percentage, the worst in the NHL, and all the other stats are right there. We'll see if they can bounce back. The Habs looking to keep their winning ways going. It has been fun as of late. The Bell Center now getting ready for tonight's game. We will have puck drop coming up in just a few moments, but first, we get you set for the national anthems. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Mesdames, Messieurs, veuillez maintenant vous lever, retirer chapeaux et casquettes pour l'interprétation des hymnes nationaux par Sherilyn Toker, accompagné à l'orgue par Diane Bibeau. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Remove your hats and caps for the singing of the national anthems by Sherilyn Toker, accompanied on the organ by Diane Bibeau.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurs glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
After a 4-game Western road swing, the Canadians return to play their first home game in the month of December as they'll face the Kings, who roll in from California in the midst of a 6-game Eastern road trip. Christmas Eve is just 14 days away, so while someone else from the North Pole is very busy preparing for a special night, it's another North Pole native who will be working tonight in the King's Neck. That is North Pole, Alaska native Phoenix Copley. He made 31 saves in his LA debut in a 5-2 win against Ottawa this week, his first NHL win since March of 2019. He allowed 4 goals on 22 shots, the only time he faced the Canadians in his career back in November of 2018. Jake Allen looks to win consecutive starts for the second time this season and is looking to win consecutive starts in regulation for the first time since April and May of 2021. In 10 starts at home, he's got a goals against average over 4, but it's 2.57 on the road. Phillip Danault starts at center for the Kings tonight in his return here to Montreal as we're underway on a Saturday night. As Kovacevic is after the puck, he'll work it around the wing for Cole Caulfield and forced it back for Kovacevic. Up the right side, Anderson can't catch up to it. Kept in at the point by Mikey Anderson. Now cleared away as Kovacevic played it up in the wing, and Anderson was looking around, didn't know the puck was right behind him. Trevor Moore has got it. He'll hustle back in. Left it for Victor Arvidsson. Off for Moore in the corner, checked by Jordan Harris. Puck comes out front. Moore tipped it away, but Caulfield will pick it up. Caulfield leaves it back in the net for Kovacevic. Kings get a line change in. And Jonathan Kovacevic will take his time with it, coming off his first NHL goal in Seattle and the Canadians' 4-2 win on Tuesday against the Kraken. Here comes Dadonov through center. He'll ring it around the boards. Durzi's after it, reversed it in the corner. Hopped over the stick of Dadonov. Dave Velarde will knock it down out of the air. Dadonov tried to find it in his feet. Now it's Sean Durzi. Up onto the wing. And the Kings get it out at center, back to the Canadiens line. Edmondson is after it. He's bumped by Velarde. It's turned over for Kempe, but he ends up going offside.
LA Kings coming off of a pretty good beating by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Montreal coming off a big win in Seattle. They've been off since Tuesday, so lots of rest. Some guys that have been banged up, one of them returning in Hoffman, but a big change tonight. Obviously, Josh Anderson moving up to that #1 line with missing some of their guys. Gallagher, they're going to move Doc back to that center spot, bring Slavkovsky up, and see if they can't form two really good solid lines. I think it's a good choice by Marty St. Louis, but a great opportunity for Anderson to play with some top-end players and get some opportunities. You know, it would go a long way with him if he could find one of those nights where he snipes 2 or 3 to really set him off.
Kevin Fiala, long cross-ice pass, kicks over for Andrzej Kopitar to the point. Edler's shot steered away by Allen. And now it's Fiala again. Trying to get it down low for Kopitar in front. Skips to the corner. Here's Arthur Kaliev with it. For Kopitar, back to the point. Walker with a shot, and it's tipped in front, goes wide as Edmondson knocked down Fiala. Kaliev with the puck. He'll leave it for Kopitar. Walker in for the point, goes after it. Played it back to the goal, hopped over the stick of Fiala, and Caden Doolin comes up with it. He'll chip it out of the wing where Mike Hoffman will help it out. Canadians trying to scramble for a change as Kopitar will track down the puck. Ivor Xhekaj up with it. Xhekaj just played 4 minutes and 20 seconds in that game in Seattle as the Canadians went with 7 defense, and he had an opportunity to see a little time at forward. Wideman leaves it back into his own end, and Evans will follow up with it. Jake Evans out through center, and he'll flip it into the corner as Drew Doughty goes after it. Here comes Pizzetta, and he takes a run at Doughty. Red Pitlick after the puck, but it's cleared away by Carl Grundstrom. Ivor Xhekaj up the middle. Evans drops, Pitlick shoots into the glove of Copley, and he'll hold on.
A lot of things come off physical play and a good body check. Pizzetta gets in on Doughty, lays a clean body check in the end wall. That kind of discombobulates the Kings a little bit. It gets the Canadians to their transition game, which is a big part of their strength. Xhekaj to Evans, he gets it over to Pitlick, and all of a sudden, you're coming in getting a scoring chance. But it all begins with a good forecheck, a good solid hit by Pizzetta, because that's his game. He doesn't stray away from his game. He knows what he has to do, and right there, it all starts off ending in a good chance for the Canadians.
Arvidsson with the puck, and Caulfield on him, and Trevor Moore will dump it in. Allen slowed it down. Deneau back for Arvidsson. That guy chucked away, and around the wing it goes as Henderson is after it. Got it to the line. Moore kept it onside. Arvidsson in the middle, broke for Moore to the net. Drops Deneau with a shot. Stopped by Jake Allen. Now a turnover at the side of the net, but Allen got his stick away. Wyman drops it back for Xhekaj. Arvidsson comes in to interrupt, and it's Deneau with a shot right on. And Jake Allen forced to make the stop again.
Well, the puck that I think the Montreal Canadiens bring back into the zone, which negates the offside, as the hard around and Anderson goes to pop this out as it just squirts off. It really never gets out, and that's a good job by the Kings to jump on it. And the next thing you know, Moore's coming right down Main Street. Good job by Allen. Wideman has some trouble. Arvidsson comes in, steals it from Xhekaj, and there's another point-blank shot from the slot. So the Kings, great job at turning the puck over, keeping it alive, putting the puck into scoring areas. Two really solid chances, and a great job by Jake Allen to keep this at 0.
Kopitar won the draw, but the Kings missed the puck at the blue line, and they're forced all the way down the ice, and now they're called for icing.
Well, one of the things that Todd McClellan really accentuated after the game in Toronto was his team was light and they were slow. And, you know, he said, well, we can play games where we make mistakes and we lose games, and that's okay. But I do not like to be light and slow. We didn't win any races. We didn't win any stick battles. Our body position was light. And he said that was uncharacteristic of his team, and it was very concerning. So you got to know he wants to see a much heavier, stronger game from his team, and there's a couple of good results there, winning some puck battles, getting a couple of good scoring chances.
Dvorak toss from the draw. Armia comes in to take it. Canadians win it. Armia to the point, and a drive by Dadonov goes wide. Rare win against Andrzej Kopitar, who's been great in the faceoff circle this year at over 59% for the Kings. There's Sean Jersey up with it. He'll clear it ahead for Fiala. Caught it off the boards, drives the net, and lost the puck as Caden Dooley was right on top of him the whole way. Fiala leaves it for Kopitar. Kopitar dropping it off into the corner for Kaliev. He's checked by Edmondson. Kaliev played it off to Kopitar. Circles around. Kaliev with a shot, and Allen makes a stop. Armia chipped it up on the wing, then Edmondson ran into the officials who tried to get the puck out, and then Fiala with a slash, and he'll go to the box, and the Canadians get the first power play of the game.
Good forecheck by the LA Kings. What a stretch pass right there from Dursey. And it's a good job by Gooley to not take the penalty on Fiala, but not give him an opportunity to get to the net. And then Kopitar, he's just a big, strong horse. I mean, he's hard to knock off the puck. Him and Kaliyev do a nice exchange there, good support. And then it's right back into the slot. And from Kopitar, and a good chance as we look at the slashing of the stick right there. And for the average person, they just think that's such a weak call, but it's hard to play without your stick. And if you slash that stick out of an opponent's head, more than not, you're heading to the box.
Here's Cole Caulfield. They'll hand it off to Mike Hoffman. Hoffman beats it across. Suzuki with a shot in front, tipped by Dadonov. Caulfield along the boards, checked by Trevor Moore. Dock to the point for Hoffman. Mike Hoffman beats it across. Suzuki with a shot, and it's into the glove of Copley.
If you're going to take advantage of the LA Kings, this is one area where you can do it. They are not very good at killing penalties. They rank 26th in the National Hockey League. They've allowed 8 power play goals against in their last 6 games. It has not been pretty. And Hoffman back in the lineup feeds it over to Suzuki. And he can score from that area. There's not a lot of players that can score from top of the circle, and Suzuki's one of them who can.
Here's Hoffman, plays it across Suzuki. Little give and go with Kirby Dock. Dock out from the corner. Back in the net for Dadonov. Beats it up to the point for Hoffman. Hoffman moves to the middle. Swings it back to Kirby Dock. Nick Suzuki for Dock again to the point to Hoffman. Across, Caulfield fires. Copley with a save. Dadonov couldn't get to the rebound. Kings don't clear in the first attempt, but now Mikey Anderson will make a great play to get it down the ice.
Canadians working 5 forwards on this power play. Hoffman being that guy on the back, being the quarterback. And they do a nice job of rotating the puck around. Good selections on the passing, and eventually right in the wheelhouse for Caulfield.
Canadians 0 for 12 in their last 2 home games on the power play, going 0 for 6 against San Jose and Buffalo in each game, as Kempe will try to get it out. And he'll get to his own blue line and send it down the ice with 38 seconds remaining in the man advantage. There comes Wideman with it. Chris Wideman drops it back to Borak. Will grab it and skate it up to center. Hands it off for Anderson. Dropped it to Armia. Checked by Kopitar. Wideman over to Slavkovsky. Juraj Slavkovsky down into the corner with it. Rolls it back up to the point for Wideman. Dvorak will swing it around to Armia. Joel Armia to Josh Anderson. Back for Wideman. Over to Slavkovsky. Walks it in, and his shot got blocked. Slavkovsky's been without a shot on goal the last 3 games. As that attempt on the power play was blocked, the Kings clear it, and the power play is over.
That's a real confidence builder for LA, like I said, who have really struggled of late on the penalty kill. And to get that first kill in the first period, you get a little bit of confidence.
Here comes Rem Pitlick with it. Pitlick chips it into the corner. Matt Roy is after the puck. He'll play it around for Arvidsson. Arvidsson retreats behind his own net. Comes in and lays the body out on Dursey. Pitlick can't hold his own. Kovacevic at center. Tangled up by Arvidsson. Knocked him down. Comes up with a puck. Kings bring it in. Circling around with it is Jared Anderson goalie. Headed back to the net. Harris comes up with it. He'll stop. Shakes off Arvidsson. Pitlick missed the pass. Evans is on it. Turns away from Kempe, and he'll throw it out to center. LA regroups. Anderson Dolan gets to the red line. He'll dump it in. Velarde goes after the puck. Jake Allen moved it away. And now carried up ice by Nick Suzuki, and his pocket picked by Velarde. And Suzuki kind of rolled it in onto the boards. Arvidsson goes after it, and here comes Caulfield.
One of the areas the Kings have struggled in is in that neutral zone. They've allowed too much space, and teams have built up a lot of speed on them. Tonight, it's a much tighter neutral zone by the Kings.
Adrian Kempe throws it towards the net. That shot goes wide, and all the way back down the ice, Mikey Anderson will pick it up for Los Angeles. Anderson being watched by Caulfield. And now heads off for a change as Drew Downey will carry it to center. Lays it over the wing. Blake Lizotte looking in. Snaps it on net. Allen directs it off for Kaden Gooley. Gooley got it by Grundstrom. Up for Kirby Dock. Dock for Slavkovsky. Let it go. Hoffman left and wide. Hoffman right on it again, trying to throw it to the net. Went off the leg of Alex Edler. Lazat in the corner. Off the boards, cut off by Hoffman in front for Dunk, who shoots. That's off his stick. Grundstrom. Hit down as the Canadians regroup at center with a puck.
I'll tell you, when you only play 4 minutes and 20 seconds, he's not going to say much about it, but he doesn't want that to happen again. And that's what they need from him to do, is play physical, and he lowers the boom.
Edmondson to center, dumps it in. Copley lays it around the boards. Kaliev is on it. Long pass, and he'll connect at center with Kevin Fiala. Edmondson intercepts a pass, but then couldn't control it. Kaliev brings it back in, throws it to the point for Roy. Knocks down the bouncing puck, got the shot towards the net. It goes wide. Cannon off his air. He'll knock it to center. Roy steps up on it. Dvorak got a piece of it, but Jersey will play it up for Kopitar. Kaliev off for Fiala. Has to chase that one down, and Kanan Guhle will try to hold him off. Christian Dvorak lays it back in the net. Kopitar scores! Andrzej Kopitar bangs it home, and the Kings are on the board first.
50-50 puck coming into the zone between Fiala and Guhle, and the two of them have pretty good collision here, which is great. Love it. Two bodies banging into each other, but then Dadonov really doesn't get much wood on it. It should be a much harder round. Slavkovsky kicks it back towards the back of the net, and Guhle, who you remember banged into Fiala behind the net, he never really gets back to position enough to kind of figure out who that guy in the high slot is, which is number 11, Kopitar, and he walks in and just, he's not going to miss many from there. And a nice feed out into the front to the captain, and he gets the Kings on the board, and they start with a 1-0 lead in this one. They didn't lead at all in their last game, a 5-comp in favor of the Maple Leafs. They allowed 4 goals in the second period. They just got caught sleeping there, but that's a good start for LA getting that first goal.
It's the first time they were shut out this season, and it won't be a second tonight. And here comes Philippe Danault with it. Drops it back for Arvidsson. Arvidsson with a shot, scores! Victor Arvidsson snaps it home, and just like that, it's 2-0 LA.
Todd McClellan said he didn't like that they were light and slow, and they're not light and they're not slow. They are moving pretty good here. I mentioned the neutral zone has been a tough spot for them, and there Doughty turns it over, and ex-Montreal Canadian Philippe Danault cuts in, and he gets good net drive. If Moore doesn't drive to the net, that never opens up for Danault back to Arvidsson, and he just, as he's moving from his right to his left, he goes back against the grain the other way, and he beats Allen cleanly, and the Kings quickly with 2 here in the first.
2 goals in 19 seconds for the LA Kings as Victor Arvidsson extends his personal point streak against the Canadiens to 6 games. That was a goal in 4 of the last 5 outings against Montreal. Here's Drew Doughty. He'll play it up ahead, and it's tipped in by Danault. Jack Eyes after it. Got it up in the wing. Weidman trying to play it past the leg of Philippe Danault. Josh Anderson for Nick Suzuki. Back to Jack-Eye. Cole Caulfield will backhand it in, and after the puck goes through Doughty. Lays it up for Velarde. Through center, knocks it in, and Kovacevic will take it around behind his own net. Pumped it back for Harris. Pitlick. Can't catch up to it. Here comes Kempe. Flipped it in, and that's going to skip towards that, and he'll bat it to the corner. Pitlick turned it over. Chance in front, and it's shot on net by Alex Iafallo and grabbed by Jake Allen. Andrzej Kopitar and Victor Arvidsson with the goals. It's 2-0 Los Angeles in Montreal on Hockey Night in Canada.
It's been so long.
Success for an extended length of time. Eventually things will change. We are seeing that with the Kings, but 3 still remain from their cup winning days. 3 pretty important pieces with impressive trophy cases. Andrzej Kopitar, 2 Selkes to go with his 2 cups. Drew Doughty, 2 Norrises to go with his 2 Stanley Cup rings. And Jonathan Quick, 2 Jennings trophies and the cups as well. They are getting older, but we're seeing tonight just how important they are to this LA Kings team. Guys.
Well, Quick sitting out this one here. I don't think he had a rough night in Toronto. I couldn't blame him for it. They were just off as a team. But he's finishing up his 10th year of a 10-year deal. And in that 10-year deal, he's got another cup to add to the first one. And what a great player he's been. His sweater will go into the rafters. There's no doubt about it. In Staples Center. And might even get himself into the Hall of Fame. What a goaltender he is. And what can you say about Drew Doughty and Anze Kopitar? I mean, fantastic players. I mean, you're right. You can't win championships without having some pedigree like that on your club. The Kings are certainly have got that in spades with those three guys.
Kanan Guhle drops it back for Kirby Dach, who will work his way up to center, driving into the Kings zone. Tuck with a backhand, and it's up the outside of the net as Copley got a piece over the blocker. Allen, head for Kopitar. Dropped it for Callahan. He'll shoot. Knocked down by Allen. Coughlin around behind his own net. Hands it off for Slafkovsky. Edmundson has a little time with it here, and he'll hang on to the puck as the Canadians complete a change.
Everything's just a bit off for Montreal. You know, they haven't been played since Tuesday. You know, they've been home, they've been practicing, but it's not playing games. And they look like they're just not game ready yet. It'll pick itself up. And right now, the passing's a bit off. Some of the continuity's a bit off. It'll all come back together here.
Jordan Harris trying to get it ahead for Copley. He'll push it back to the net. Picked up by Anderson in the corner. Goes to the point. Kovacevic throws it towards the net. Tipped away. Blake Lizotte got it. Lizotte. Long pass across for Alexander. He'll hit the red line and tap it in. Goes after it. Kovacevic in there as well. Nick Suzuki trying to pick the puck free. Punched him around the boards. Back to Walker. Sends it across. And a drive by Mikey Anderson is stopped by Jake Allen. Anderson Dolan on the doorstep. Couldn't lift it over the pad of Allen. As Harris will get it up ahead. For Josh Anderson at center who plays it in. Drew Doughty on the puck. Chased by Nick Suzuki. There's Doughty. Head for Arvidsson. He'll lift it in, and it's knocked down by Wideman. Wideman played it for Arvidsson. Armia tried to get a piece of it. He doesn't, and that ends up being an icing call.
Ontario. DraftKings Sportsbook has so many ways to get in on the action, like same-game parlays, puck lines, money lines, and more. Download the app and get in on the action.
Two quick goals on Jake Allen, and he knows I've got to hold the fort here for a while. Grundstrom throws this around, and a nice job just rotating to the net. And that's a good deflection in front by.
Chance for Trevor Moore in front. He gets a couple of whacks at it, and Jake Allen comes up with it. And he'll make the stop. The Kings are out shooting the Canadians 12-5 in the early going with a 2-0 lead on Hockey Night in Canada.
Power play. Quite the run going of assists. He had 6 consecutive games with assists, and unfortunately in that shutout to the Leafs, that'll end there. And thank God, or he would have caught me. I'm sitting just on top of him there. And a couple of beauty names above me, Coffey, Doughty, and eventually Steve Duchesne and Lubomir Visnovsky, who just walked all over us there. They got 9 games there, so no shame in losing it to those guys, but Shane Dursey has been quite the add to the LA Kings blue line.
Yeah, you're watching that board and seeing Sean Dursey there going, oh, no, you can stay there. That's one you hold on to. Here's Doughty with it. Drew Doughty, pass to the point. Anderson with a shot, and it's stopped by Jake Allen.
Well, the Kings, one thing that's quite noticeable is just they're playing a heavier game. I mean, their coach criticized them for it, so they're down low, below the hash marks. You got Doughty down amongst the offense, down in the below the goal line, and then move it up top, and then you got traffic at the net and Danault. And you know, certainly you look at Mikey Anderson, he's not happy taking that shot. He wished he'd had a little more on it, but the coach has probably gone to this team, and I know he did, and said we got to play a little stronger, a little harder to play against down low, create more offense, and they've certainly done that.
Here's Roy with a shot, made it through, out of the save, he's down. And unable to get his stick on it was Velarde. Battles forward in the corner now with Armia. Velarde got it out. Iafallo trying to find it. Poked away by Kovacevic. And Dadonov will work it to center as Armia tips it in. Roy had Armia on him. Dvorak now after the puck. Kersey trying to jam it away. Dvorak looks to kick it free with his skate. Iafallo after it. Harrison for the point trying to make a play. Swings at it with his stick. Velarde had it caught up. Dadonov has got it. Dropped it. Dvorak slides it over. Kovacevic with a shot and it's blocked. Velarde will grab it and he'll get it to center.
You mentioned the Kings struggling in their nets. The goaltending has been quite the issue. So if you're Montreal, you got to think, hey, their goaltending hasn't been that strong. But one way to make it stronger is just don't allow you in the zone. And that's what the Kings have done.
Alex Edwards controls it. He got it to the point. Kept in by Edmondson. Josh Anderson knocked down. Penalty coming up to LA. As Fiala touches the puck, and a tripping call will put the Canadiens back to the power play for the second time tonight. Looking to get on the board after Kopitar knocks down Anderson in a 2-0 Kings lead on Hockey Night.
The Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki friendship tour, as they called it. They arrive together and they're usually sporting matching drinks. That was the case here tonight. They both have their matching iced coffees. The chemistry between these two is obvious. All you have to do is watch them in warm-up. They are having fun non-stop. Cole Caulfield celebrating goals in warm-up like he does on the ice. They're hoping these two can connect in the power play right here, guys.
Well, it's quite the bond that happens between two great players like that, and it's really fun to watch.
Hoffman will set it up along the blue line. Plays it out for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki off the boards for Hoffman. Walking in, takes a shot, and it's blocked by Deneau, and then cleared in front by Mikey Anderson.
Well, the responsibility of that guy on the backside is Hoffman, is to get pucks through, and it's not an easy thing to do when you look at all the depth screening and guys who front pucks, but if that gets blocked, there isn't a lot of help for him going the other way.
Caulfield will chip it to the corner for Nick Suzuki. Dadonov goes after it. Pulled out by Caulfield, back to the point. Hoffman slides it over to Kirby Dach. Suzuki up for Kaufman, over to Caulfield, shoots, and that one's over the net. Suzuki trying to hold it in. It comes in the air. Mikey Anderson has got it, and he'll clear it down the ice. Hoffman back to retrieve it. A minute to go on the power play. Mike Hoffman lays it across, and it's picked up by Dvorak. His pass broken up by Iafallo, and he'll skip it down the ice.
Just a bit again, coming out of the zone on the breakout. Hoffman's waiting for someone to get in behind him, and nobody does. And then the rink-wide pass is not on target. It just slows everything down.
Anderson drives down the wing, takes it back of the net. Lost control of the puck, but he's able to get it to the point. Slavkovsky has got it. Juraj Slavkovsky skates it down low, feeds it up for Wideman. Wideman back for Slavkovsky. Juraj Slavkovsky, cross-ice pass, connects with Anderson, trying to get it back in front for Dvorak. Slavkovsky backpedals with the puck, 10 seconds to go in the power play, leaves it for Wideman. Back to Slavkovsky, takes the shot, it's high over the net. Wideman came off the blue line, and he'll back up to center with it. Now Slavkovsky will skate it to the Kings line, and he'll bring it in with a power play over. Jake Evans after the puck. Cleared away by Roy up the boards. Kopitar can't get to it. Joel Edmondson was there first. Pidlick dropped it down. Now he's tangled up. Evans goes after it. In comes Pezzetta. He'll bump Kempe. Pidlick trying to reach for it. Durzi's got it. Down the wing for Kevin Fiala. And he'll clear it out to Kempe. Joel Edmondson will pick it up and skate it back into his own zone. 2.5 to go in the first. 2-0 LA, and goals by Kopitar and Arvidsson. There's Fiala knocking it down. Kevin Fiala takes his time. Walker stayed onside. Pellier back for the puck. He's checked. As Caden Cooley trying to work it back in there. Kopitar got in the way. Kopitar slides it over into the corner. Kaliev to the point. Walker with a shot. It is skate in front as Kopitar Tries to shake it off. Now he's got the puck on the feet from Kaliev. Left it for Walker. Kopitar hands it over to Alex Edler. Fiala to Kopitar. Throws a pass in front. Driving the net on a great chance was Kaliev. Now that stick gets in the way as Pezzetta goes after it, and he was pretty crafty trying to play Alex Edler there and brought the stick along to help out. Fiala circles with it. Kevin Fiala hangs on to the puck. Now chips it around to Kaliev. Back to the point for Walker. Long shift here for the Canadians, stuck in their own end. Lozada's got it. He'll go back to the point. Edler's shot was blocked. Walker on it again. Edmondson and the rest of the game almost out for 2 full minutes now as Walker will take it back to the point. Caden Gooley watching him. Got it down for Blake Lizotte. Lizotte picking up high for Edler. On to the boards for Arvidsson. Fiala with it now. He'll circle around. Kevin Fiala to the point. Edler dumps it off, and it ends up back in the net. Arvidsson going after it. Pezzetta right on him. Here's Arvidsson with it. He'll stop. Throws it in front, and a chance on the doorstep for Anderson. Dolan couldn't get a stick on it. Arvidsson in the corner. Hangs on. Centering pass. Walker ripped it over the net. Goal! Oh, that was close. That went in the air and almost off the back of Allen and in. Shift now over 2 minutes and 45 seconds for this line for the Canadians. Hemmed in their own zone by the Kings. Caden Gooley has got it. He'll finally get it out and down the ice. And the Canadians are exhausted as they'll go for the change. Lizotte will backhand it in. Kovacevic trying to hold it. Arvidsson after it. And that'll do it for period number 1.
Well, that was a lunch pail, work boots kind of finish.
If you missed the puck drop at the start of this game, you can still bet live on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Tap in.
A puck that Walker cuts into the slot and lets go from the high slot is going to hit the back wall, come off and hit Allen right on the name tag, off the post and out of harm's way. That is a break. Jake Allen's play in the first period, spectacular, and that's why it's only 2-0.
Coming up in the first intermission, to the point, Kevin Bieksa will weigh in on the Zdeno Chara comments on the 2011 Cup Final as it's 2-0 LA through 20 on Hockey Night in Canada.
Good games. Montreal, Los Angeles off to a great start, and Calgary, Toronto deadlocked. Here's Jennifer Botterill, Kevin Bieksa, Kelly Rudy. Elliot Friedman is producing this segment because Elliot only judges people by his values, and he clearly loves tabloid trash because he's been stirring the pot on poor Kevin Bieksa, who has to dignify this story because Elliot and I think it's good. Here's Zdeno Chara on a podcast about the Vancouver Canucks in 2011.
We saw players from Vancouver coming on the ice in the garden, and they were actually practicing how they would be lifting the cup and handing off the cup to each other. And we found out about these things, and we were like, it's like, we are not gonna allow this to happen. You know, it just fueled us.
And here's more. There were some rumors that they were calling the league and asking how many people or family members they can take on the ice after they win the championship. For us, that was a huge, huge motivation. Zdeno Chara. All right.
Well, I've been looking forward to this for a couple days.
One of the dumbest things we've ever heard, clearly, and we all work with Elliot, right? So that's saying a lot. But I don't think I have to spend a whole lot of time discrediting that this didn't happen because logistically it's impossible, right? You think about all the media that's there covering the finals and all the competitiveness of trying to find some story different than the other person. Clearly somebody would have reported about that or had a camera. And even Chara walks it back a little bit with his comments from we saw them in the garden to we heard to we believe we heard.
Rumors.
So Yeah, so, originally, upset about it to hear because it's a little bit of an attack on our character as a team and an organization, but also our leadership group. And you're talking about 3 first-ballot Hall of Famers in the Sedins and Luongo. You're talking about Mahalcher and Hamhuis and myself. To think that we would allow something like that to happen, let alone participate in it, is disappointing. Coming from a guy like Chara, you would expect more and maybe a little bit more of a mutual respect that he wouldn't repeat a story like that that's so insulting to us without fact-checking it or seeing it or witnessing it firsthand. So I think the main emotion I have right now is just disappointed in him.
Well, we were there, and we didn't see it. And we had, I don't know how many cameras. We're at every morning skate as media, so we certainly would have picked up on that. And so
Can you imagine? Can you even imagine any team in any era
cannot imagine it.
even doing something like that?
When I heard it, it was total disbelief for me.
Go ahead, Jen. Why don't you tell the story of 2002?
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, I can understand the disappointment, and also surprising because he didn't do further research, right? If he's going to make a comment like that, you need to know the consequences and who that's affecting or hurting. And for us, I mean, the only comparison would probably be in 2002. There was a story told right before the gold medal game about the U.S. putting the flag on the floor in their own locker room. And so whether somebody thought we needed additional motivation, so then there were some comments right after the buzzer sounded and our game ended. But after that, we went and spoke directly to the U.S. players and to their team to say, well, this seems pretty surprising that if you know, as if we needed more motivation. And we thought, well, we do know a lot of these people on the U.S. team. They denied it, and we trust their story. But this happened in a much shorter time frame.
Well, let's talk about that. The bulletin board material. To me, that's for the weak. That's for the externally motivated, right? So you're telling me that you dream about playing in the Stanley Cup final your whole life. You train for it for decades, and then you get there and you're going to leave just a little bit left in the tank. You're just going to leave a little extra just in case somebody says something that upsets you. And then you're really going to try, Cal. Then you're really going to go get it.
That's a good
it's
point,
just a ridiculous thing to
right?
admit all the way around.
And it's the winner, and it's Chara. It's kind of stunning that it's him.
And it's 11 years ago. It's 11 years ago. Why now? Why?
Well, podcasts bring up a lot of things.
Yes,
from a lot of people.
It looks like the comfort of a fellow athlete and a beer talk.
Yeah.
And it's, again, bulletin board only. It can't even be. It's so off the charts.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to Tage Thompson. This is the other story that was kind of water cooler talk this week. He has 5 goals early in the game, and he only plays inside of 4 minutes in the third period, 5 shifts, doesn't go attacking for that 6th goal, is the feeling. Don Granato's getting heavily criticized for not chasing history. Kelly, you first. What do you think about Tage?
All right, he should have played a lot. And Jeff Merrick was all over this on the radio, and that's what really piqued my interest. And Joe Malone is the record holder at 7 goals in a game. Thompson had 5, so in the third period, I'm thinking he's got to play. He only played 14 minutes total that night. His average is 18:41. So clearly he's under what he should have been playing. Why not go for the record? I mean, records are meant to be broken. I wanted to see him when I found out that he should have had a chance for 7 or 8, and I don't think you agree.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'd happy to. I'm on Kel's side. That absolutely following the action that Wednesday night, you wanted to see more. Four goals in the first period. So the one thing is, yes, they were in Columbus, but I feel like Buffalo, their fans want things to cheer about. Now you've got one of the most dangerous, offensively gifted guys in the game right now. Yes. Get him on the ice. Let's see more goals.
The reason he doesn't go for it is what I love about the game is respect. There's respect. It's not a 9-7 game. It's a blowout. It's a blowout. He already has 5 goals. He's obviously not going out there not trying.
We see it differently.
But why would you
if it's 9-4, make it 14-4.
No, but why would you extend him? He didn't play that far off of his average. I think there's respect there by Tage Thompson and the Buffalo Sabres, and I like it.
Honor over victory.
A lack of appreciation for offense?
I'm obviously all about respect, especially for a 91-game point streak.
Wayne Gretzky has a lot of respect for people, but he went and tried to score 8 points a game.
But he didn't have to fight afterwards, fight his battles. You're telling me that if Buffalo does that, it's on a brawl?
Don't you feel like we've had 91 points for Jennifer? We showed that. We've had, obviously, 2011 celebration of Kevin versus Boston. Wouldn't you like something?
Here we go.
Oh, no.
This is a flashback to 1992. So Marner gets to 22 tonight. Matt Sundin gets a point. His 30th consecutive game. And there's the goaltender out of position.
And I let up. I knew the record was on the line, so I let up. Watch this play. I wouldn't normally look that bad.
Kelly already had 30 saves. He didn't want that 31st one.
That's as far as Matt's got, but he got his 30th on this day in history against the great blue bandana, Kelly Rudy, doing his thing for the growth of the game.
with the NHL app. See highlights of every goal from every team by every player this season.
If you're wondering, has there ever been a time like this? You mean a time when these guys were all over?
We have a live update in the first intermission. LA is all over the Montreal Canadiens. Victor Arvidsson has his 8th goal. Anze Kopitar has his 8th. The live line there is 6.5 goals. And in Toronto again, we might see a baseball score tonight in this Flames and Leafs game. There are 4 goals already in the first after 20 minutes. Austin Matthews is on a heater. He's got 6 goals in 7 games. William Nylander scored, Noah Hanifin, and salute to Nazem Kadri, who's got his 11th. You can get in on the action tonight. And the live line there is 8.5 goals. With the DraftKings Sportsbook, you can use this QR code to download the app, and please play responsibly. Back to you, Rob.
Cheers, Cabby. We'll come right back with Chris, Craig, and Kyle in Toronto, and it's John, Gary, and Sean at Montreal on Hockey Night in Canada. You want it.
With Phoenix Copley between the pipes for the LA Kings, they keep their trend going of going with an American-born goaltender. In fact, the last time that they didn't have an American-born goaltender between the pipes was Peter Budaj all the way back on November 13th of 2018. So where is Copley from? Well, North Pole, Alaska, of course, and what a journey it has been for a kid from North Pole to get to Los Angeles. 3 ECHL games in South Carolina before jumping up to the AHL, 2 one-game stops in St. Louis, a 27-game stint in Washington. He has been just about everywhere, guys, and tonight he is here at the Bell Center playing pretty well for the Los Angeles Kings.
Well, usually people from the North Pole are used to visiting a lot of cities, so
special magic dust or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? The crazy thing is right now they need a goalie to step up and play much better than they have been getting. He won the game in Ottawa, played fairly good there. If he can find a way to win this one, the Kings may have no choice but to run with him a little bit here. Peterson's down in the minors. Quick has not been sharp. This might be the answer for them for the next little bit.
And a hooking call here against Montreal in the first 13 seconds of the period will give the Kings a crack on the power play.
You're down 2-0, and you know the first 5 minutes of the game, Montreal looked really good. Actually, they had some good opportunities. They were skating well, and then everything kind of fell apart. They looked like they were skating in sand. As we have a look here at the penalty, as Dadonov gets his stick right in the arms of Danault. And then now you're coming out to start the second period. You want to get back on your game, and you take a penalty right away. And a pretty good-looking Kings power play is what you're going to face right here. And a power play that was 0 for 3 versus Toronto, but man, they had like 11 power play goals in the previous 7 games.
Yeah, power play goals in 7 the last 8, 11 for 22. Here's a chance in front. Velarde couldn't get a stick on it. Doughty's got it. Up high to Kempe, fires off the post. Drew Doughty takes it back to the point for Kempe. Playing it over for Fiala, being watched by Suzuki. Got his stick in the way, and they'll tip it over the head of Kempe. He's got to hustle back in his own zone to pick up the puck.
Well, different kind of setup. When you have a guy like Drew Doughty on the ice, you get the feeling that he's going to be running this, the quarterback on the power play, but it's not. You got Kempe back there, and Doughty's playing the one-timer on the right side, which is kind of odd. Normally you see a forward in that spot, but not. Hey, Doughty can certainly play that spot there for sure, but you'd think you'd see him in that quarterback role.
Fiala will carry it in himself. Got it in front. Velarde drops it for Kempe, ripped it wide. Fiala back to the point for Doughty. Over to Kempe, off his stick. Adrian Kempe. Into the corner for Kopitar, back for Kempe. Kempe up high. Here's Velarde, hands it off to Fiala. Kevin Fiala tried to push the pass through for Kempe, didn't get there. Doughty up with it. Drew Doughty fakes it around Armia, hands it off for Kempe. Adrian Kempe pressured by Kovacevic. Fiala is after the puck. Kevin Fiala drops it off for Kempe. Adrian Kempe hands it off Fiala down to Kopitar over for the stick of Gabe Velarde, and he couldn't control it. Doughty walks in with it. Now will send it across for Kempe. Kempe takes the shot. That one goes wide. Harris up for the puck. He'll get it off the glass, and that'll come up to center. And Dadonov is out of the box.
It's a lot of minutes spent in your end. If you go to the last 3 minutes of the first period and now the first 2 of the second, that's almost 5 straight minutes that the Canadians have been defending. That's a lot of defending. That wears you down. Although the Kings didn't score on the power play, quite extensive end zone offensive time for them.
Caden Gooley loops his own net. Now Joel Edmondson up to center for Nick Suzuki. Across to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield moves in the middle with a shot. It's over the net. Bouncing puck side of the goal, and Nick Suzuki couldn't find it. Deneau was right on him. We are not to be surprised that Philippe Deneau will be out against Suzuki and Caulfield. As Arvidsson plays it up the middle, broken up by Gooley. Roy goes after him, cuts Anderson, and he'll play the body out on Matt Roy. Arvidsson into the Canadian zone with it. Taken by Joel Edmondson. It's played off the back of the net. Deneau after the puck. Tangled up with Cole Caulfield. Gooley tried to find it. Deneau does. Goes to the point for Edler. Got it across. Walker comes in with a shot. That was blocked. Caulfield chips it up for Nick Suzuki. Runs it. Alex Edler knocked him down. Arvidsson plays it over to Walker. Handing it off, circling around with it is Lizotte, thrown towards it in, and Jake Allen has got it.
Download the BetMGM app and play with the king of sportsbooks and casinos.
Well, since about the 4-minute mark of the first period, not a lot to show for the Canadians, but they come out here after a penalty kill and get a good bounce off the back wall. And nearly find it, and then, you can't underestimate Nick Suzuki. First of all, well-balanced guy. He's always got his head up, so he knows Edler's coming. And he's not as light as you think he is. He's a pretty stocky guy. And when he's got his shoulder blades compressed, he's pretty solid as he takes down the bigger Edler.
Kirby Dach will deflect it out. Jared Anderson Dolan backs up to his own line with it. Now gets the return pass and takes off down the wing. Anderson Dolan holds on to the puck. Wrap around top to front. And then scrambles back and made the stop off Carl Grundstrom. Kirby Dach for Hoffman. Drops it for Wideman. He'll gain the red line and dump it in. Doughty forced it in the corner. Mikey Anderson up the boards. It's turned over. Slavkovsky will hand it down low for Hoffman. Mike Hoffman breaks free. Back of the net. Takes it all the way to the boards, and now we'll drop it for Kirby Dach. Dach trying to hold off Mikey Anderson. Dach to Hoffman. Played to the point. Armor Xhekaj has got it. Xhekaj with a shot, and that one went wide as Slavkovsky was looking for a redirect in the slot. And the Kings will clear it to center. Grundstrom is there, and he'll bat it in. That will be brought back on an icing call.
With speed here by Anderson Dolan. He fakes the shot to lock Allen out of the front of the net. And when he throws it out in front, it's Carl Grundstrom that just can't seem to get a handle on it. It goes off a skate and finds its way over there, and he just can't find it. And good job by Allen to get in front and block as much net low as he possibly could to keep it at 2-0. You watch the Kings in the defensive zone. They are a man-on-man team. They cover man-on-man coverage. It doesn't matter whether they crisscross over one another, left defenseman on the right side. Once you have a man in your zone, you follow him everywhere. And you don't see that a lot. A lot of teams play the zone in their defensive zone. But LA, one of those teams under Todd McClellan, they like to play that man-on-man.
Dvorak to center. He'll chip it in. Edler goes after the puck. Alex Edler bumped by Armia. Dvorak left it for Armia. Tied up by Edler. It'll come loose, and Dave Velarde will get it to center. Armia fires it in as Copley slowed it down. Edler's after it. Mikey Anderson had to try and corral that one off the glass. Velarde turned it over. Down it off for Caden Gooley with a shot. Kicked out by Copley, and he'll hold on. And there's a penalty here on the play as well in front of the net.
This is a real good save by Copley. Again, he's got a 2-goal lead here to work with, some run support on the road, and the Kings got a bobble one, and Dadonov just pushes this thing out to Gooley, and I'm not sure if he's shooting for the far corner or if he's looking for a stick off the side possibly of Pitlick, who was going to the net, but nonetheless, that's a pretty good right leg save. Didn't bleed a rebound, but they did draw a penalty to Alex Edler, and he'll go to the box for 2 minutes or less for holding. And the Canadians, with 14-14 to go in the second, you're down 2-0. It certainly hasn't been an oil painting for them here. And there's the shot. It was Dvorak, that was going to the net there. But it certainly hasn't been an oil painting for them here. But this is a way you can get yourself right back in it.
Here's Hoffman for Nick Suzuki with a shot. It's off his stick and ends up over the glass and out of play.
I like that to start the power play. You win the draw, you get it to Hoffman, he walks it to the middle, he drops it to Suzuki. You know what? Let's not make too much of this. Let's fire this thing to the net. Let's get the Kings thinking that I am going to shoot to score from here, and I can. Durzi does a nice job of stepping up, but you take that shot, and maybe now the next time, as the Kings come out to get that shooter, there'll be a seam in the backside.
Let's clear it down the ice, and Allen's out of the net to play it as Trevor Moore was coming in. Hoffman has got it. Mike Hoffman will hit his own blue line and drop it back for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki weaves his way into the LA blue line and can get no further. Moore comes up with it for the Kings, dropped it for Durzi. Lifted in, and the puck sits free as Kirby Dach hustles after it. Now Hoffman. Try to get by Lizotte. Gives it off for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki flipped it over to Kirby Dach. Broken up again by the Kings, and the Canadians are forced back to center. Down it off to Kirby Dach, breaking in. Suzuki was still well inside the Kings line.
The break-in and the entry so important. For the Montreal Canadiens, their slingshot guy is Suzuki. So Hoffman's going to wait. He's going to drop this to Suzuki. Now watch Caulfield coming across. He has to time it so that when Suzuki cuts to his side, he has somebody to give the puck to. And so that's the support he needs. But what happens, Suzuki cuts to his right. And when he cuts to his right, he's on his backhand. And it seemed to be the strength of where the LA players were standing. There wasn't a lot to go there. So the puck got turned over and went the other way. I think if Suzuki cuts to his left, he's got Caulfield right with him in speed. He can take the blue line and then send it over to Caulfield. They can get all set up there. But it's so important, the cohesiveness of that breakout and the timing of it.
Dvorak will hit the line, played it off for Armia, tangled up with Kopitar. Wideman at the point, pushed it in on the boards. Slafkovsky will keep it in the zone and now skates it down low. Goes up high for Wideman. Wideman got it across to Josh Anderson. Anderson back for Wideman. Over to Slafkovsky with a drop. Copley the save. Armia's on the puck. Yoel Armia in the corner with it. Back to the point for Wideman. Over to Slafkovsky. One-timer. Copley the stop. And Dvorak jams at the rebound, but Copley had it up against his pad.
I like the fact that he didn't blow that. He did not have that puck. That puck was sitting on his pad, and I think the Canadians have more than rights to go in after that puck. Good on the referee to let that play itself out. This is the second unit for the Canadians. Keep it simple. Get it back to the point. Get it to the net. Get bodies at the net. I would have liked to have seen Dvorak stop there. Don't bleed out past the goaltender to the goal line, because now you've taken yourself out of it. Stop. Search the rebound out. And a good job by Copley to make the save, but I like the fact the official on the good side saw that puck was playable.
That was Mark Jonette that kept the play going momentarily, working with Connor O'Donnell tonight. Devin Mills and David Brisebois, the linesman, as Brisebois drops the puck and it comes back to the point. Caden Gooley has got it. Hands it off to Cole Caulfield, takes the shot, and Copley, with Dach parked in front, makes the save.
The Rogers Wrapped in Red event is on now. Unwrap our biggest deals on mobile plans from $60 a month.
Philip Deneau lost the draw to Nick Suzuki. Gooley up with it once more, moves to the middle, hands it off. Caulfield fires, big block by Durzi. Caulfield again shoots off the mask of Copley. Deneau clears it to center, and Edler's out of the box.
If they're going to let you walk in and shoot, that means they're taking away your seams. You don't have them, so walk in and shoot. And that's exactly what the Montreal Canadiens were doing. We saw Caulfield a number of times. We saw Suzuki. If they're going to give you that shot, get some traffic in front, let her rip.
Jake Allen out of the net. He'll play it around the boards. Kovacevic trying to find it, but it's Trevor Moore that's got it. Moore off the boards to the point. Roy can't get a shot through. Moore on it once more. Trying to get it back for Arvidsson. Kovacevic on top of Victor Arvidsson. Penalty coming up here as Kovacevic will get called for holding. And the Kings will go to the power play when we return. Jonathan Kovacevic with the hold on Arvidsson and a 2-0 LA lead on Hockey Night in Canada.
So he's got both arms kind of out where he's containing him. When Arvidsson spins out, obviously his stick's there, but he doesn't put it there. He doesn't jam it into his arms. It's just sitting there. But what Arvidsson does, and he's a smart veteran guy, he squeezes Kovacevic's stick into his armpit and squeezes it enough that the referee sees it in there, and he puts his arm up and makes the call. Good veteran play by Arvidsson, and the Kings are back on the power play.
A little crafty move there as Kempe will start out with it. Played it over to Fiala, down to Kopitar. Back for Kevin Fiala. Kempe walks in for the point. Gave it out for Kevin Fiala. Fiala down to Kopitar. Kempe with it. Moves in. Slides it over to Kopitar. For Kempe. Now Doughty. Drew Doughty. For Kempe. Velarde parked in front. Here's Doughty with a drive. Allen the save. And he scoops up that rebound quickly.
Well, I mentioned Drew Doughty playing that right side one-timer down low. He will walk it up top, but this is October 15th. Kopitar to Doughty. How many times have we said that over the years? And there's the one-timer into the net. That's his only power play goal this year. He hasn't found the net very often. He's had some good looks at it. And this is a guy that used to be up there in power play goals yearly with the Kings. Norris Trophy winner, and what a talent and what a player he's been over the years for the Los Angeles Kings, and he hasn't had much luck on the power play this year.
Yeah, that's his only goal of the season so far, 26 games ago. Here's Durzi with a shot stopped by Allen. Trevor Moore after it in the corner. Broken up, Dvorak's got it, he'll clear it out to center. Deneau will send it back for Durzi. Off for Philippe Deneau. Dumps it in. Callahan. Back of the goal for Moore. Into the corner. Deneau at the point. Couldn't handle it. That'll come up to center, and Durzi's back on it. Under a minute to go in the Kings power play. Here comes Deneau. Philippe Deneau. Enters the Montreal zone. He'll back in and around the boards. Arvidsson there waiting for it. Arvidsson hands it off for Deneau. Durzi got it across, and a one-time shot by Kaliev was blocked by Joel Edmondson. Deneau on it in the corner. Back in the net for Arvidsson. Broken up by Edmondson. Dvorak trying to get to it. Durzi keeps it in. Throws it towards the net. And Arvidsson is dumped in front. Caden Cooley will ice the puck.
Good fronting of the puck by the penalty killers for the Montreal Canadiens. It is so important to follow those long seam passes and make sure you got legs and sticks fronting that puck. And Edmondson did a great job there on that.
Arvidsson hands it off for Durzi in tight, and chance in front for Anderson Dolan looking for a redirect. Now Kovacevic out of the box. Up in for Nick Suzuki, and it was tipped back and skipped away from Kirby Dach. Blake Lizotte hands it off for Anderson Dolan. Got it to the corner. Jack is on it. Arber Jack left it for Harris. Harris in a battle with Lizotte. Nick Suzuki up with it. Hit by Anderson Dolan behind the net. Blake Lizotte worked over by Arber Jack. Now the puck comes free. Grundstrom is here.
This is one of those lines you hate playing against. They're on the puck. They're sniffing it out. They battle. They've got good speed. And they've been a bit of a thorn for Montreal tonight. They've been on top of them.
Cole Caulfield on it through center across to Kirby Dach. Dach trying to feed the puck back. It was broken up. Caulfield around for Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki to the point. Wideman to Caulfield on his backhand. Now drops it for Wideman. He'll shoot, and Copley will squeeze it and hold on. A little bit of traffic in front as well. Past the midway mark of the second. It's a 2-0 Kings lead in Montreal on a Saturday night on Hockey Night in Canada.
And This outfit tells you all you need to know. The jacket, the hat, it is beautiful. But his warm-up routine is something special. He's on the bench. He's getting himself amped up. He's getting in the zone. And good thing he was, because his 2-minute and 45-second shift in the first period was the longest shift of his career by a large portion. The longest one before that was 1:42 last season against Ottawa. He is a fun guy to watch, guys.
Well, most guys visualize scoring goals, pucks going into the net. You can see he's visualizing receiving pucks, banging into people, bang into a guy, get the puck, get it out of the zone. I love it. I love it. This is the guy you want on your team. That's why he's been here the last few years. Canadians, good team player. He's the kind of guy that if he's not playing a lot, every time he steps on the ice, you know he's going to give 100. And players love him.
They've got a Jack guy. He looked like a Jedi there, though, just missing the lightsaber, trying to get warmed up. Here's Velarde playing it back to the net. Armia's got it. Head for Dadonov. Pops it off, Kovacevic. Down the wing into the Kings zone with it. Throws it towards the net, and the puck comes out front, and Dvorak couldn't reach it. Cleared to center. Kaiden Guhle is on it.
Been a couple of rebounds that have bounced around the Kings net, and the Canadians just haven't been able to get a stick on one. Again, it's only 2-0. You get that next goal, get the crowd going a bit here. It could make a big difference. I mean, right now, the fans are just sitting on their hands right now. They haven't had a lot to cheer about. If you can get that one and get the crowd and the energy going in this building, and Bartz, we know what this building can get like when it gets a bit of energy in it, and the players will just grab off of that. For Marty St. Louis, he's talked about that it's learning in progress, learning how to win. You know, there's been a couple of games where they've had leads and momentum and they've blown it. The one in Vancouver, they kind of blew it. The one in Seattle, they lost their lead and they got it back. So it shows that they can do it. Learning how to win, and this one down 2 is going to be a tough one for the Canadians to get back into.
And they have been shut out in 4 of their last 5 losses at home against the LA Kings. So this script is a familiar one for the Los Angeles side of things when they're in Montreal. Here's Kopitar, left it for Kevin Fiala, trying to get in front, went off the stick of Kaliev. Hoffman's there, he'll flip it back for Kaiden Guhle. Got out by Fiala. Now Kirby Dach with it. Played it for Joel Edmondson. Up to center for Hoffman. Makes it in. I thought for a second it might have hit the rounded glass in front of the bench, but play continues as Arvidsson is there. Victor Arvidsson. Didn't keep it in deep. Jack-eye through center. Rem Pitlick goes after it. Pitlick will fire it in. Copley out of the net, moves it into the corner for Anderson, and he's hit by Pezzetta. There's a hit like that he envisioned before the game. Jack-eye bumps Trevor Moore. Mikey Anderson leaves it back for Drew Doughty. Now Anderson moves it down into the Canadian zone. Jake Evans goes after it. Arvidsson is on it. Victor Arvidsson goes to the point. Anderson with a shot. Stopped by Allen. Weidman up with the puck. Weidman has Moore all over him. Deneau got a piece of it. Kaliev can't find it. Evans does. He'll battle it to center. Now into the Kings zone, and Philip Deneau will reach for it and feed it back for Drew Doughty.
Yeah, the Kings get to reload quickly after this one. They fly right out to Columbus tonight, and they got a game at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And that is a quick turnover for a team that's been on the road and still have to go to Buffalo and Boston after that.
Here comes Kaliev, dropped it off. Kopitar with a shot that goes wide. It'll come around the boards, kept in at the point, then tipped in front by Kaliev on Walker's shot from the line. Cole Caulfield hands it off for Jonathan Kovacevic. Up to center, and Nick Suzuki will dump it in. Caulfield hustles after it. He's first on the puck as Walker cuts him off. Kopitar around the boards for Fiala. Reverses, goes right in front. Look out, Kevin Fiala got around 3 Canadians to get out of his own zone. Kopitar dumps it off into the corner. Grundstrom going after it. Fiala centered for Kopitar out of his reach. Kopitar to the point. Edler's shot tipped, and that goes wide. Walker had it bounce away. Suzuki turns on the jets. Lizotte off the bench is right back and in his way. And Blake Lizotte comes up with a puck. And a penalty coming up here to the Canadians. Grundstrom after it. Edmondson will touch it, and it's a slashing call. that'll put LA to the power play with 4:20 to go here in the second period. Nick Suzuki, the captain, lost a puck, and he'll go to the box when we return. Wild and Canucks, it's after hours with Scott Oak, Louis DeBrusque. Scott will be joined by Ryan Reeves as well as Dakota Joshua. That's coming up on After Hours following the late game tonight on Hockey Night.
A little tap on the top hand of Lizotte right here by Suzuki before he heads to the bench right there, and it knocks the top hand off the stick, and that's what grabs the referee's attention. And the Kings, with 4:20 to go here in the second period, will go back on the power play and look to add to a 2-0 lead.
Danault down to Arvidsson. Kings playing back of the net, centered out front by Arvidsson for Danault. Now played around, Kaliev has got it. To the point for Durzi. Cross for Danault, back to Durzi. For Danault, Philippe Danault. Trying to feed that one through the middle, broken up. Joel Edmondson has got it, and he'll clear it down the ice.
Nice job by the penalty killers from Montreal, because what they do is they just take every seam away and they tell Danault, you want to shoot it? Go ahead. We'll give you that shot, but we're not letting you shoot from a better spot than that. And a good clear by the Canadians. And you want to have the team have to fight to enter your zone, and that's what's happening right now for the Los Angeles Kings. They're wasting a lot of time just trying to get up ice.
Trevor Moore will play it across. Kaliev will bring it in. Kaliev flips it back. Durzi for Arvidsson. Walks in, and a shot's off the shoulder of Allen. And off the boards and down the ice.
It's a little different coming from Arvidsson or Doughty because they're right-hand shots. They're moving into the top of the circle and inside the dot with a right-hand shot stick. It's a lot different than Danault shooting from the left side. It's a lot more dangerous. And you can see he didn't miss that by much.
Jake Evans, short-handed, trying to get by Kempe. Had some help with Pezzetta, but the Kings get the puck back. Velarde, checked by Harris. Kovacevic after the puck. And he'll play it down the ice. Pezzetta trying to catch up to it. Doughty is on it first.
Nice exit by Kovacevic. If he goes around the boards hard, it probably gets eaten up by the Kings. The decision to short of the net and throw it up the middle, good decision by Kovacevic.
Jake Evans high in the air, grabbed by Armia. Yoel Armia couldn't control it. Doughty back for Kempe. 5 seconds to go in the power play as Doughty is pressured by Armia. Fiala will take the puck. Suzuki is out of the box. Here comes Fiala with it. Fiala's shot off the stick and well out of play.
Penalty killing is hard work, getting in the lanes, shooting lanes, and the Montreal Canadiens, Evans and Anderson do a nice job up top because Evans will push over and get Danault to the far side, but they will not allow that puck to go back through to Kopitar. And Anderson does a nice job sitting off the top of Evans saying, I'm going to let you do the yeoman's work. I'm going to let you take it away and push Danault down low and let him be the shooter, but they're not coming back the other way. And if they do, we'll be right in their face.
Scramble off the draw here. Anderson jumps on the puck and he'll get it down the wing. Taken by Doughty. Mikey Anderson pulls it up the boards. Anderson Dolan knocked it down. Jared Anderson Dolan feeds it back for Doughty. Rundstrom is there, pressured by Wideman. Caulfield comes up with it. Caulfield jams it up against the boards behind the Kings' net. It's dug up by Lizotte. Lizotte had it knocked away. Caulfield jumps on it. In front. Suzuki can't get the shot. No, he's got it centered, and it's through the feet of Anderson. Anderson behind the net for Cole Caulfield. Lizotte right on him. Suzuki after the puck. Nick Suzuki trying to play it free with Doughty, having him pinned against the boards. Anderson Dolan trying to clear it. Puck makes it out. Mikey Anderson goes after it. He'll get to center and dump it in.
That would have been huge if Suzuki could have pulled the trigger on that. And we got Caulfield almost inside the Kings bench. I mentioned that Montreal's been around the net. They just haven't been able to get a hand on one in a good spot where they can really unload it. And Anderson does a good job of staying on the heels of Lizotte. It turns over to Caulfield, right back to Suzuki, but he misfires. And then he tries to get it over to Anderson. He couldn't find it, and then Caulfield Kind of joshing away there with Mikey Anderson. Eventually the gate opens to let Anderson in, but it's number 22 of the Canadiens that goes through the gate first, and they eventually have to let him out so we can get back in the Montreal Canadiens bench. And an icing call with 54 seconds to go here in the second period back in the Montreal end. Suzuki right in the prime spot too to pull the trigger. Right hand shot on that side. Caulfield gives it to him in the perfect spot, and a little misfire there, and the Canadiens still trailing by 2.
Kempe will take the face off against Kirby Dach. Dach won the draw. Wyman is on. Off the glass and out. Kempe. For Iafallo. Held back by Arbor Jacka. Velarde after it. Iafallo up with a puck. Bumped in the corner. Wyman trying to move it. Jacka works over Velarde. Pushed them off the puck. Canadiens are on it. Hoffman will skate it out. Hands it off for Kirby Dach down the wing. Dach into the corner around the net. He's got it, and he's trying to throw it on the goal. Now picked up by Hoffman. Dach going after it again. Gets there before Durzi. Off the glass for Slafkovsky. 10 seconds to go in the period. Joel Edmondson throws it towards the net, and it goes wide. Caden Cooley up with it. Cooley down to Slafkovsky. 1 second, and he takes too long to try to throw it to the net as the period comes to a close. Shots 23-15 in favor of LA through 2 periods of play. Coming up in our second intermission, 32 Thoughts with Jeff and Elliott joining Ron. Kings up by 2 through 40 on Hockey Night in Kent.
As always, 32 Thoughts presented by GMC and the new Sierra AT4X. Jeff, you and I woke to the same text this morning. It was Elliot Friedman saying we must remember Kelsey, Chris, Cohen, and Willis Snow. The Snows, as you know, the assistant general manager for Calgary. Chris has been battling ALS and was hospitalized late in the week, placed on a ventilator. And this was Kelsey's tweet earlier today, a couple of hours ago, actually. And that left hand of Chris's, God, I just think of him pounding his chest before he presented the Norris Trophy to Cale Makar at the NHL Awards. And if you've shaken that left hand of yours, Chris, as you both say, we cried and then we began to fight. So love to you from us on 32 Thoughts here. Elliot, the Heritage Classic news.
Ron, good news for you. You've got another trip home. It's not exactly a huge secret. It's probably one of the worst kept secrets in the NHL. The Heritage Classic is returning to Edmonton next year. But what we can also tell you is that this is going to be a Battle of Alberta. The Flames will be the opponent at Commonwealth Stadium. Not specific date set yet, but it's believed it'll be in October. So, Ron, it's going to be a little warmer than the first one was 20 years ago on this anniversary.
In a suburb of Red Deer. That'll be great.
Nice. Good news stories. Let's go to Pittsburgh and PPG Paints Arena. And this was earlier Chris Letang, and and a little bit after this we heard PPG Paints Arena PA announcer Ryan Mills say, and welcome back defenseman Chris Letang. Suffered a stroke on November the 28th. 12 days later, he's playing tonight for the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Buffalo Sabres, and his doctors said that playing hockey is not a risk for him. Nothing about hockey should worsen his condition. Good news there. A couple of suspension notes here. One for a Buffalo Sabre and one for a member of the Seattle Kraken. We'll start with Jeff Skinner of the Buffalo Sabres, suspended 3 games for a cross-check to the head of Pittsburgh Penguins winger Jake Gensel. This is last night as the Penguins won 4-3 in overtime. Skinner will surrender $145,000 to the Players Emergency Assistance Fund. And 3 games for this one as well. Jamie Alexiak, check to the head of Washington defenseman Alexander Alexiev in the second period of the Caps' 4-1 win. Oleksiak will forfeit $74,000.
Jeff, one of the storylines in the league this week was Jussi Puljujarvi of the Edmonton Oilers in his interview with Finnish journalist Tommy Sepalo, where he talked about his lack of production and how he was struggling with it. They were very tough quotes to read, and they led to a lot of questions about what Puljujarvi's future could be with the Oilers. Now, from what we understand, there was a conversation at the beginning of the season between the team and Puljujarvi's representatives where it was decided if things didn't go well, the Oilers would try to move him. I do think that's going to happen. What I can't tell you is what the timeline is going to be. Edmonton is still banged up at forward, and the Oilers don't have a salary cap issue until Evander Kane is back and returns sometime in the next few months. So I don't think this is necessarily going to happen quickly or anything like that, but I do think the Oilers and the player are going to try to find a solution. One of the things a couple teams indicated, by the way, guys, is that Puljujarvi seems to be more comfortable and puts less pressure on himself when he isn't playing with McDavid or Draisaitl, and I think that's one thing the Oilers will continue to try to hopefully help him feel more comfortable.
Okay, continuing to follow the Hockey Canada story as they try to redo their board right now, and here's the very latest. The nominating committee yesterday submitted the full slate for an all-new board to the 13 members. Again, this was yesterday. That is 8 board positions and 1 chair. Ratification, the voting, will take place next Saturday, December the 17th. Now, it sounds like one of the new criteria for board positions, not only diversity, but also diversity of thought. Now, there was also some speculation that the full slate would not be released publicly until ratification. That is not the case. The identities of the full proposed board will be released on Monday. And guys, I still think that they'll put together some type of secondary board, subcommittee, shadow board in order to assist this brand new board. The new board will only serve 1 term. Normal board positions are 2. So a shadow board does make some sense here.
Both 30 seconds, the All-Star game?
Okay, yeah, this is interesting. So in Florida, February 3rd and 4th, and the rosters, we wonder how they're going to make up the teams. And it sounds like the fans are going to have a big say in this one. A lot of it's going to be done online. And as someone that knows a little bit about leveraging fan support for controversial hockey players at the All-Star game, NHL, I say bravo. NHL, bravo.
And I say John Scott. And good for you and good for John Scott. That was fantastic. A short break, and we'll have Jennifer Botterill, Kelly Rudy, and Kevin Bieksa on Hockey Night in Canada with their thoughts through 40.
You know, this TD app makes things so easy. It's got access to your banking, trading, and...
With highlights from our Toronto-Montreal telecast, Kevin, Jennifer, and Kelly. Let's begin with the no-dust shots.
Yeah, so I had a coach that I didn't really enjoy, but he actually taught me no dust, so I'm grateful for that. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but a couple goals tonight. And notice what I mean by no dust is when Matthews gets this pass, he's not going to stick handle it. And what that does is it doesn't allow Vladar to come out and challenge. One stick handle there in that position, Vladar gets to the top of his crease, and maybe he makes that save. Kadri does the same thing, but on the other side, which is actually harder, because he has to turn his wrist to not only handle the shot, but he's got to take that pass flat and then shoot it across his body. That's an impressive shot, an impressive skill, something you have to practice. And then this is Nylander, a little bit different because it goes off of Tanev, unfortunately, but the same concept of shooting the puck right away.
If you think about Calgary coming into this game, there was a lot of discussion about having a better defensive game overall, and Hanifin has been leading that charge for Calgary in terms of playing a complete game. And you look at how he started earlier in the game, making sure that he was involved in the play. And this is what you always like to see, making sure that they're enjoying the rush. Lindholm over to Huberdeau, and this is where you talk about east-west, but his positioning, Hanifin, making sure that he's ready for that nice fade across and makes no mistake on that one. And here it's a defensive appreciation. Nice pass, nice pass. Great defensive play. You know Tavares might be looking for Marner. That was before Marner got his point. And then intercepts that pass, joins the rush, and a beautiful blast there from the point. 3 hits and the goal tonight. He's been solid at both ends of the ice.
Montreal's fun to watch, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody's talking about it. They're 2 games over 500. You know who's not having a lot of fun playing for Montreal? They're goaltenders. You look at these chances, and this is just from tonight, of course, but this has been happening pretty much on a regular basis, and that makes sense. They're a young team. This is going to happen. We talked to John Cooper last year. He talked about the growing pains, or last week, excuse me, with his young team earlier in his career. This is going to happen. Unfortunately, your goaltenders sort of have to just accept it and hope that over the course of another year or so, they start to understand the defensive side of the game.
Okay, lastly, for Toronto, a lot of talk about the Hart Trophy from Matthews and the 22-game streak now for Marner, but Michael Nylander, this was on Tuesday after they had killed a 3-against-5 late in the second period. Sandin and Liljegren were great. Marner was great. All the way from the bench, William Nylander comes back to thank Matt Murray. Just a great moment of leadership from Nylander, who's having a great game. Part of a great night of hockey. Third period's next.
Boston.
Kings hold on to their 2-0 lead over the Habs after 40 minutes as we get you set for the beginning of the third period. Now let's take a little trip down memory lane back to the 2008 draft when the Kings selected Drew Doughty with their first pick in the first round, 2nd overall. They happened to have another pick in that first round, though, and they took Colton Kubert 13th overall. Now 2 picks later, this guy went, Erik Karlsson. And it's pretty easy to imagine what a team with Erik Karlsson and Drew Doughty could look like, but that's woulda, shoulda, coulda. I think the Kings turned out just fine, guys.
2 Stanley Cups, I don't think not so shabby. And you know what? You have to look at it too when you add a guy like Karlsson and the way everything turned out. You know, 2 guys that played 28 minutes. I mean, both right-hand shots, both power play guys. Like, would it have worked out with the 2 of them? And then you got, you know, how does, you know, Karlsson handle a guy like Sutter behind the bench? And, you know, Doughty certainly had to streamline his game, somewhat similar to Niedermayer when he played for Jacques Lemaire and those New Jersey defensive-orientated systems. You know, he could have run buckshot, but had to play a more 200-foot game. And well, there's a lot of questions on it, but certainly that would have been something to see.
Fun to play the what-if game, nonetheless. As Doughty's on the puck now, and he'll play it off the boards, but it comes right to Kirby Dach. And we see Kirby Dach back on that top line with Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield to start this third period. The spot that was held by Josh Anderson to start the game. Victor Arvidsson up with it. He'll drop it back for Doughty. Doughty to Kopitar. Leaves it for Mikey Anderson. Valia will play it in the Canadian zone, but Kaden Guhle is there, hands it off for Joel Edmondson. Edmondson back for Guhle. Dadonov trying to deflect it over for Hoffman. Out is Edmondson. Back on it, into the corner for Guhle. Long pass at center for Hoffman. Left it for Dvorak. Here's Hoffman coming in on a backhand. Can't get a shot. Trying to throw it towards the net. Edmondson's there. Dadonov for a chance. Where is it? Caught up in the paraphernalia of Sean Durzi. Knocked down at the point by Edmondson. He'll shoot. And Copley stands up to glove it.
What a lucky break for the LA Kings that this puck somehow finds its way up the pants of Sean Durzi, the LA Kings defenseman. Watch number 50 in front right there. It goes up his knee and into his pants, and then it eventually falls out. If that thing drops right away, and we'll have a look at it here. Oh yeah, right up underneath, and then it's going to come back out right there and down the back of his leg, and Dadonov had no idea where it was.
Slavkovsky knocks down Alex Edler as we have Jake Evans now centering Slavkovsky and Josh Anderson. Anderson with a puck for Harris, and Harris will swing it around as Evans is on it.
Well, get Kirby Dach back onto that top line, and they're going to hope to create a bit of offense with that line.
Slavkovsky's going to go to the box here. He got the stick into the feet of Sean Walker. They knocked him down, and that'll be a penalty, and the Kings will get the power play.
Desjardins Financial Group, a proud part of communities, a proud fan of hockey wherever it's played.
Well, the Montreal coaching staff having a look down at this call right here, and this is just a penalty you just can't take. And Marty St. Louis not happy with it, as this is 200 feet from your net. You're down 2-0, and this is something that a young player learns, that you just really can't take these kind of offensive zone penalties when you're down goals and struggling to get back in the game. Didn't do it on purpose, that's obvious. The stick got caught up in there, but you got to be so careful.
Kevin Fiala will play it back for Kempe. Over to Fiala. Pass across, Doughty to Kempe. Kempe for Doughty, shoots, Allen the save, and he's able to hold on to the puck with Kopitar right there.
A little arm hug there for Edmondson, making sure Kopitar is not reaching in for any loose pucks. Doughty again has been the kind of the pivot spot here. They've been looking to get to him and get some one-timers to the net, and they got big Andrzej Kopitar standing right there. Tough to see around him. And you add Joel Edmondson to the mix, and that's 2 big, huge guys standing in front of Jake Allen. Whether they're on different teams or not, it's still body that you have to look around to make save. Good job by Allen.
Kopitar won the draw. Kempe at the point with it. Hands it off for Kevin Fiala. Fiala. Little head shake for Kempe. Tells him to go over to the right. He'll give him the pass, and his shot broke the stick of Edmondson. Anderson will give his stick to Edmondson. Velarde with it for Fiala. Kempe. Pass across for Velarde. Here's Kempe. The Fiala shoots. Kopitar trying to play. Caden Cooley in there as well. Anderson races to the bench to get a new stick. Now he rejoins the play. Doughty goes up the boards. It's by Kempe, and it's out.
Well, that's a good thing that Joel Edmondson can get off the ice because he's using a stick that's the wrong hand. Anderson, a right-hand shot. Edmondson, a left-hand shot. You take the stick regardless. Some defensemen wouldn't want it, but some actually don't care because it's a good tool to keep people from a distance by using the poke check and things like that in front of the net that are very important. If you don't have a stick, all those loose rebounds, your opponent's going to have first crack at it.
Here comes Deneau. Philip Deneau will play it to the corner. Kovacevic. Jared loose. Dvorak in the corner as well. It comes free to Trevor Moore. Hangs on. Goes to Jersey. Hands it across. Arvidsson with a shot. Steered away by Allen. Moore. Got it over to Kaliev. A big drive and a big block by Dvorak. Kaliev for Philip Deneau. He'll shoot. Allen the save. Rebound through the crease, and Moore can't get to it. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Deneau, pass across, broken up by Harris, trying to set up Moore. Kaliev to the point for Jersey. Sean Jersey to Philip Deneau. Deneau in tight for Arvidsson. Covered up in the crease by Jake Allen, and the power play is over.
Really impressed with Montreal's penalty killing tonight. It's been up and down throughout the year for sure, more down than up. But tonight, against a very good power play unit, they've been really strong. And a lot of it is their willingness to battle for pucks, getting the shooting lanes, block shots, and of course, your best penalty killer is your goaltender. Important for him to be solid all the way along. But look at this play down low by the Montreal Canadiens. Out in front, and then Dvorak risks himself by sticking his leg out. Sacrifice, that's what good penalty killers do. And that's a gutsy play there by Dvorak.
Now Mikey Anderson with it. Taken to the boards by Arbor Xhekaj. Nick Suzuki will feed it back to the goal. Wideman is on it. Up for Cole Caulfield. Can't get it out. Blake Lizotte with a shot that goes wide. Wideman after the puck. Can't chop it past Lizotte. Mikey Anderson from the point. Got it towards the net on a deflection, and Jake Allen makes the save. Coming up, after our late game tonight, Minnesota in Vancouver. It's After Hours with Scott Oake, who will be joined by Louis DeBrusque, along with Ryan Reeves and Dakota Joshua as his guests tonight on After Hours following the late game.
Love some of the retro jerseys. We're seeing the Montreal Canadiens tonight in the kind of powder blue, Montreal Expo blue. I love it. The Minnesota ones are great. The old North Stars, in tribute to them. And I think probably one of my favorites is the San Jose Sharks, the California Golden Seals.
Oh, yes.
Unis. That's a real beauty.
I put the Minnesota Wild one there, the North Star one right up there. Here comes Kirby Dach. He'll drop it to Caulfield. Got it across, and it's ripped wide on the net by Caden Cooley. Edmondson will fire it back in. Fiala goes after it. Checked by Cooley. Doughty played it around the boards. Edmondson is after it. Dach up high. Cole Caulfield scores! Or did he? It looked like it hit the back of the net. Caulfield fires again. Now the play's blowing down. And I think we've got a goal. It looked like it was in and out. Caulfield celebrating. But it didn't go in.
The referee thinks the puck went in. So he stops the play immediately. The Kings are a little bit befuddled because they think it hit the post. I thought it went in and out myself. John, I was with you, but it did not. It hit the post dead on, came back and hit Copley. But the referee thought it had gone in as well. And so he says there's no sense burning off time. The puck's in a neutral spot. Let's just blow it down and make sure. Because obviously if the play continues and goes on for a minute and a half, you got to reload all that time back on. But here's the best angle at it. But the net shakes. Like when he hits the post, the net shakes. And I think the referee thought it might have caught.
And the speed that it came out as well looked like it. That's why it looked like it caught the back bar.
Yeah, this is not in the net. But certainly it did look like it went in. And for the Kings, they're going to dodge one here. And for the Montreal Canadiens with 14:46 to go, how big would that have been if Caulfield would have sniped that one there. And again, they've only been together 2 shifts, but already you're seeing, you know, the really improvements in the energy of that line with Doc on it.
After review is determined, the puck did not cross the goal line. No goal.
Now, if you're Montreal, you know, because the net shook, so the netting shook when it hit the post, right? So if you're the referee, you see the netting shake a bit, and you go, oh, I think that might have went in. But if you're Montreal, you're thinking, hey, we had them on the run, we had the puck, but the puck was, you know, hammered out by Kopitar. It was more out the top of the blue into the neutral zone. So the referee thought it good to blow it down, but it will come back now, and what Kopitar is talking about is, hey, we cleared this puck. Why are we being penalized for a puck that hit the post and didn't go in that you blew down? Like, this should go to a neutral site for the draw, but they're not going to win this. It'll be to the right of Copley.
Dvorak won the face-off. Weidman has got it. Weidman, pass across for Dadonov, went through his feet. He's back on it now to Hoffman, shoots, that one missed. It's off the glass and by Weidman and out as he was pitching in, and Jack will take it back in his own end.
And there's the 1-3-1. You're going to see a lot from the LA Kings. They're a 2-goal lead, 1-3-1 coming through the neutral zone, trying to kill all the speed of the Montreal Canadiens.
Trevor Moore will send it over to Dursey. Sean Dursey lays it off the outside of the net. Arvidsson is there to get it. Goes back for Moore. Dadonov watching him. Danault after the puck. Jack comes up with it as Weidman had his stick around Danault and he let it go. He didn't want to get a call, and now the Canadiens ice it.
We'll have a look at Phoenix Copley's work tonight. He didn't have a lot early, only 5 shots for the longest time, but Montreal has started to get more and more rubber at him, and he's looked really calm. One of the things I think that when you watch him is it's economical movements. Like, he doesn't make a lot of movements that are unnecessary. He looks quiet in the net. He's a big guy. He fronts the puck well. He's looked pretty solid in net tonight for the LA Kings, and it's just what they need, because they're a team that feels like on occasion they're playing better than the score is indicating because they've been allowing some kind of iffy goals. So you want a goaltender in your net that's helping you maintain the momentum of the hockey game.
Dadonov tried to get in front, it was broken up. Velarde will dump it in and takes a hit from Harris. Jake Allen on the back of the goal. Iafallo looks to get in the way. Now his help from Velarde. Dadonov after the puck. Walker is there. Harris trying to move it. Kovacevic knocked it free. Anderson leaves it back to the goal for Kovacevic. Chased out by Velarde. He'll go off the boards to center for Evans. Drops it off to Josh Anderson in on the wing. Anderson goes back to Evans. Poked off his stick. Harris will grab it. Harris moves to the middle and shoots. That one got blocked. Iafallo has got it, and he'll clear it out at center. Comes back for Harris. Off the board. Slavkovsky plays it up for Evans. Jake Evans dropped it and put it onto the stick of Blake Lizotte and cleared it to center. Edmondson will feed it back for Cooley. Kaden Cooley for Nick Suzuki. He'll dump it in. Copley out of the net to work the puck into the corner. Kaden Cooley is on it. Drops it off to Cole Caulfield. Caulfield bumped. Doc in to help out. Caulfield leaves it for Kaden Cooley. Kirby Doc trying to find it. Kaden Cooley knocked it loose. Blake Lizotte will pick it up. And the Kings get it out to center. Anderson Dolan can't get it by Kirby Doc, and now it's back to the Montreal end. Cooley. But Doc walks the red line. Caulfield dumps it in. Got away from Copley, back in the net. Mikey Anderson can't clear it. Suzuki put it off the outside of the goal. Here's Harris on it. Throws it back to the net for Nick Suzuki. Trying to catch up to that one at the line. It's off the leg of Doc out. Dumped in by Kovacevic, then it hits Nick Suzuki, and that'll be blown down on an offside. Canadians thought they had one, but not yet. It's still 2-0 LA in Montreal on Hockey Night in Canada.
This one out to Kopitar. A real beauty goal. Started it off from Kevin Fiala, and then Arvidsson is going to rip this one home. That all took place in 19 seconds in the first period, and that's all the goals we've seen tonight. This one, the Canadian fans and the Canadians thought they had cut the lead to 1, but not so, as it cranked off the post, and Copley still got himself a clean sheet. And the Kings, who had 3 goals scored on them in 1 minute and 6 seconds in Toronto the other night, sniped 2 at 19, and those 2 have held on. Jake Allen has not allowed another one on. All this way through, he's had 28 shots, and the Canadians have got 11 minutes and 35 seconds here to mount a comeback.
Here comes Dadonov. He'll chip it into the corner. Drew Doughty is on it. Doughty up the boards. Broken up by Dadonov. Held by Mikey Anderson. Hoffman over to help out. Hoffman overskates, and Kopitar gave it back for Kaliev. For Kaliev to center, and he'll deflect it in as Joel Edmondson is back on it. Edmondson takes his time. Joel Edmondson. Long pass got away from everyone, and that's an icing call.
Hockey Night in Canada, where an ice-cold Coke, food, and friends come together. Watch Hockey Night in Canada with me, followed by the Player Cast, presented by Coca-Cola.
Oh, doesn't look like he's much happier, but I think he is. Certainly coaching in this National Hockey League is a roller coaster at the best of times. It's your job to try to keep it even keel.
Scores! Alex Edler with a shot from the point. And it looks like it might have been tipped on the way through. Nope. Edler's shot hits Caden Cooley on the way to the net, and it's 3-0 LA.
Well, this is a backbreaker right here. This is the one you could not afford to have go in, and you're literally, look at Caden Cooley where he is. He's almost just inside the dot. And this is a real unfortunate and a fortuitous bounce for the Montreal Canadiens as it goes off Cooley and then finds its way into the short side. So Alex Edler will be credited for this. And look at Jake Allen. He has no idea how this puck got into the net. And how could he? I mean, this is a good 10, 12 feet right of the net. And just a real good bounce for the Kings.
First of the year for Alex Edler. Snapped a 7-game pointless drought. His first goal in 26 games going back to April. As Arvidsson's after the puck. Laid it off, and it's Danault that'll work it back deep. Arvidsson picks it up. Victor Arvidsson forced back in the net. Trevor Moore checked in the corner by Arber Xhekaj. Philip Danault got it to the point. Here's Roy. Sends it across, and a drive by Jersey, steered aside by Allen. Puck will come free in front. Kirby Dach up with it. He'll clear it out to center, and Kempe has got it back. Now Roy flips it up, and it's knocked away as Arber Xhekaj got a piece of it. Dach deflects it ahead. Jake Evans got it to the LA line. Kempe back on it. Here comes Kempe. Kempe feed it off for Velarde. Swung around, Edler waiting for it. Now Slavkovsky will pick it up. Juraj Slavkovsky rings around the boards, trying to get it up there for Josh Anderson. Walker back to the net. Play it off for Edler. Flipped in the air to center, and it skips back to the Canadian zone. Harris goes after it. Now Anderson is on it. Josh Anderson building speed into the Kings zone. Throws it towards the net. Copley put the stick out to play. It didn't get there. Harris with a shot towards the goal that goes wide. Kovacevic at the point. Keeps it in. Edler after the rolling puck. Feeds it around for Sean Walker, and Walker will clear it out. Knocked down by Kovacevic and dumped in. Walker plays it for Edler. Walker up for Kaliev, tipped in. Caden Cooley back through center with it. Slides it over. Dadonov has got it. Drags the puck. Left it for Cooley. Drops it off. Hoffman scores. That one's in. And the Canadians are on the board as Hoffman in his return gets a goal. Well, an unfortunate bounce off Caden Gooley finds its way into the net, but now it's an uphill climb, and Gooley does a nice job of slicing through the neutral zone, getting the puck out wide, and then eventually picking it back up off of Dadonov, and the late guy coming off the bench who was covering for Gooley was Hoffman. So he's in the spot where Gooley would normally be. He picks up the puck, and he's got such a great release. This thing is off the stick quickly and into the back of the net. There's no doubt that that one hit the twine. And it's a 3-1 game with 8:15 to go. Number 6 in the air for Mike Hoffman. Arbor Jacka to Kirby Dodd. Too far for Nick Suzuki down the ice, and that'll be an icing call. Oh, on the rush, and good job by the defenseman Gooley to take the puck and take the ice that they're giving you. If they're giving you ice, take it. When you get pressure, then move the puck. And he does that to Dadonov. He continues on to the net. Because he does, he's there to pick up that loose puck, get it to Hoffman, and he made no mistake carrying that. Puck right in front for Trevor Moore, and he deflects it over the glass and out of play. Alex Edler with a big goal for the LA Kings. Mike Hoffman's got the Canadians on the board. It's 3-1 in the third on Hockey Night in Canada. Los Angeles Kings got a fortunate bounce that got them up 3-0 for the Montreal Canadiens. A tougher climb, but they don't give up. They keep coming. They found a way to get that next goal that got a little life in the building. There's still 8 minutes left, and as we've seen in the World Cup of Soccer, it can never be too late to come back and win games. Or we saw in the NFL football with the LA Rams coming back by 13 down. What a game that was. So it is possible. Lots of time left in this one. Caulfield will tip it out at center. Doughty's there, wires it back in. Allen tried to stop it coming around the glass, and now Nick Suzuki will feed it up for Kirby Dodd. The pass across to Caulfield. Drops it for Arbor Jacka. Up to Dock in front of the Kings bench. Tries to play with his stick through his legs. Nick Suzuki in on the wing with it. Suzuki trying to fight off Finitano. Worked it around. Jacka there waiting for it. Arbor Jacka to Chris Weidman. Now Caulfield with a shot, and that one is off a stick and well over the glass. Because they're playing man-to-man coverage, when Caulfield tries to lose himself in the offensive zone and float upwards towards the high slot towards the blue line, he's got Doughty still on him. I mean, watch as he tries to lose himself and work upwards. Doughty's going to follow him because it's man on man. He doesn't sit in the net. If he sits at the net, Caulfield's wide open, but he's not. And he's right there to deflect that out of harm's way. It's a little harder to play, but as long as you've got your guy, the coach can't get mad. I got my man. Jake Allen leaves it for Kovacevic. Off the boards, Kempe cut it off. Harris has got it. Here comes Harris. He'll bank it back to the Kings line. It's forced back to the Montreal zone, and now Kovacevic off the boards down the ice, and that's an icing call. Well, this is the Kings' 30th game of the season. That leads the National Hockey League in games played. They've had a couple of lengthy, long road trips with back-to-back. They're going to have another one tomorrow at 6 o'clock. 3 games in 4 nights. They've had to deal with it a couple of times when you're coming from that West Coast. 14, 11, and 4, hoping to improve that tonight. They're still 4th place in the Pacific Division, though. It's going to be a tough road to make it to the playoffs, as all those teams will be fighting for it till the bitter end. Jersey over to Roy, shoots right on, and Jake Allen will make the save. And the Kings much stronger on the puck tonight here, battling for the face-off. They win it on the second effort, and that rolls it around and gives them an opportunity to walk down that right side. And Jersey trying to beat Allen, kind of rattled around his pads, but just a much better effort. You know, that's the one thing, is that you acknowledge that you didn't play well and what you didn't do well, and then how quickly do you get back to that? And tonight,
Todd McClellan's got to be happy that his team looks more like he recognizes them in the Ottawa game a few nights before.
Here's Kevin Fiala, pressured by Hoffman. Joel Edmondson needs it back for Kaiden Guhle. Now Dadonov with it. Dadonov for Hoffman. Stopped at the line. Puck sits free. Kopitar will roll it back. Walker has got it. Fired down into the Canadiens' end, and Jake Allen is out of that, but he'll just leave it alone for Kaiden Guhle.
A steady dose of 1-3-1 here. 3 Kings lined up along their blue line. You're going to have to be really selective carrying it through. You might have to put those chips into the soft corners and go dig them out.
Dvorak trying to get on top of that puck, but it's turned back by the Kings. Arvidsson has got it. Victor Arvidsson throws it back to the goal. Joel Edmondson after the rolling puck. Knocks it into the corner. Philip Deneau will push it to the point. Cut back in. Picked up by Trevor Moore. Moore hangs on. Played it off for Deneau. Back to Moore. Now Arvidsson with it. Arvidsson for Moore in tight. Pass across for Deneau. Deneau to the point. Anderson with a shot. It hit Moore. He's got it back and then left it in the crease. And now Hoffman will slide it to his own netminder as Jake Allen will get the whistle and the Canadiens can get the break and the change they need. LA up by 2 late in the third in Montreal on Hockey Night in Canada. The women kick off the day at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. While the men round out the event at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. It all goes down tomorrow on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now.
Running out of time, 5:24 to go. The Montreal Canadiens down a couple. And look to see them pinching up on the walls, sending the D in. And maybe taking Jake Allen just a little bit earlier than normal, as you need to get 2 to advance this game to overtime.
Nick Suzuki connects with Cole Caulfield. He'll bat it in. Doughty goes after the puck. Played it back of the net. Anderson around the boards. Arvidsson trying to tip it out. Trevor Moore is there. Can't get it past Cole Caulfield. And Wideman will pick it up. Chris Wideman circles back. Didn't like what he saw. And now he'll reset with it. Wideman for Caulfield. Through center. Hands it up for Nick Suzuki. Suzuki in on the wing. Pulled it around the boards. Arvidsson going after it. Kirby Dach there to meet him. Caulfield in the corner. Comes out with it. Kirby Dach with a shot, and it got blocked. Doughty off the glass, and that one's by Xhekaj down the ice. And will be an icing call against the Kings, who get stuck out on a bit of a long shift.
Well, the problem is the Kings aren't sending anybody over the red line. By the time Montreal corralled the puck and you saw Wideman wondering, there's no one on me, I have to wait. But by the time you make that first pass, if you don't draw someone to you first and you just pass it first, then those 3 checkers of the Kings that are lined up along the blue line, they're going to press the puck immediately. You have to draw someone to you before you move it. Make someone move. It's tough to cut through the neutral zone with 5 guys lined up between the red and blue line, as the Kings defend a 2-goal lead with 4:31 to go here in the third period.
Armia got it to the net off the draw, gets a second shot, and Copley makes the stop. Kaiden Guhle with it. Guhle dumped it down back of the Kings' net, comes free for Arvidsson. He'll lift it out at center. Guhle all tangled up with Moore. And Guhle will knock it up for Evans, so the Kings can't get much of a change here. Evans slides it in. Arvidsson will feed it off for Doughty. And Doughty will fire it to the Canadian blue line. Guhle again steps up on the play. Here comes Anderson with it. Josh Anderson off for Jake Evans. Back to Kaiden Guhle. Over to Joel Edmondson. He'll shoot. That one goes wide. Evans up with it. Try to get it back to the net. Armia after it in the corner. Tied up with Iafallo. And Alex Iafallo will lift it high in the air, and he'll get it to center, and it lands in front of Edmondson skating back. Joel Edmondson starts out with it. He'll play it across for Dadonov in on the wing. Dadonov looks in front, center for Dvorak, tipped it wide. Dvorak for Dadonov, trying to play it off the boards. Hoffman's got it. Rolling around far side. Cheka racing after it. Can't get there in time. Harris up with it. Jordan Harris will play it over to Arber Cheka. He'll gain the red line and now into the LA zone. Dropped it off for Dvorak, who leaves it for Harris. Down the middle, shoots. Copley got it. And just got enough as it went wide. Now Dadonov pokes it for Hoffman. Puck comes loose and Kevin Fiala's got it. He'll lift it out at center. Kopitar trying to get by Harris. He does, but he can't get a shot away. Now Dvorak will leave it for Harris, and I think Jake Allen's going to go to the bench on this rush. Canadians get the personnel on the ice they want. The big line out now is Harris. They'll hand it off for Caulfield. He'll get to the Kings line and go out there to the corner. Throws it out and scores! Don't go anywhere just yet. Cole Caulfield has banked one in off of Copley with 2:28 to go, and it's a one-goal game.
Well, the Kings line up. Look at them all. They're all before the red line, pretty much. You're going to see Moore back up right here across the red line. Now it's up to Caulfield to build up speed and do his best to infiltrate the Kings' end. He's not trying to score here, but we've seen a lot of players over the last few years that near that goal line realize goalies have a hard time boxing that post and not being their own enemy. And right there, Copley doesn't get over enough, and it bounces off of it into the net. Lots of time left and momentum on the Canadian side.
Trevor Moore on the puck, throws it up by Allen. He wanted to play it, but he's forced to hold on.
The Montreal Canadiens build up speed, and Caulfield builds it up from way down below him. When he picks it up, great set of hands. He cuts around Edler, and when he gets to the goal line, he's looking to bounce this off of Copley and maybe into the front of the net for a teammate. Suzuki's going to the net, but hey, he'll take that. That's off of Copley and into the net. He points to it. Thank you very much. And they still need one with 2:12 to go.
Goal in 4 of his past 5 games for Cole Caulfield. Scramble off the draw. Doughty's got it at the point. He'll shoot. Knocked down by Allen. Played it off for Evans, who leaves it for Joel Edmondson. Caden Dooley with the puck for Joel Edmondson. 2 minutes to go as Dooley's got it back. Jake Evans will backhand it in the King zone. Doughty goes after it. Doughty checked by Anderson. Evans has got it. Caught it. Here's Armia. Chance rolling wide. Dooley centers. Armia spins, shoots, and that miss. Allen's on the bench. Net empty for Montreal. Hoffman's shot is wide. Puck free at the side of the goal. A scramble now back in the net. Anderson fighting for it. It's dug up by Nick Suzuki to the point for Hoffman. Hoffman played it off of Evans. The puck will come to center, and Hoffman's got it back.
I think the play across to Gooley was probably the better play. That was a lot of traffic to get that through for Hoffman.
Hoffman at center, he'll dump it in. Dadonov after it. It's picked up by Cole Caulfield back in the net. Flipped it around for Kirby Dach. Dach trying to knock it free. Philip Deneau will get it off the boards and out. It's down the ice. Hoffman back and icing the call with 1:02 to go here in the third.
Well, good job by Hoffman making his arms move fast, but his legs move slow. And they get the icing, although he is a bit tuckered out, so give him a break on that. I think the Canadians are probably going to wait till this gets to the face-off dot. Then he's going to probably call the timeout and give his team a rest as a long shift for Hoffman. And there's the timeout for the Montreal Canadiens. And Marty St. Louis will put together a plan with Burroughs here, and they'll get the draw that looks to be to the right of Copley. And they'll get Hoffman a chance to sit down and try to design a face-off if you win it, because you're always hoping that you're going to win the draw, so you set it up for the win, but you also have to remind your players where they're going on the loss, because if you do lose it, you got to have immediate pressure on the puck so that your opponent can't get it out of the zone. And you got that extra guy there, so it's important, imperative that you get on it on the loss, but obviously winning it sets you up for some in-zone play. Still a ton of time, 1 minute and 2 seconds left. The Canadians just will not go away, and at the end of the day, it's going to come down to an unfortunate bounce that goes off of Gooley that wasn't even close to the net, that found its way in. And that's the one the Canadians are trying to make up right now as they're down 3-2.
Back to a few weeks ago on a Saturday night when Caulfield tied it against the Flyers back on the 19th of November in the final second. Will they have another comeback in this one tonight? Caulfield is on the puck, back to the point. Hoffman's got it, shoots, Copley the save, and he doesn't allow the rebound.
When that puck hits the ice, if it isn't one clean, you better get in and get the win, and that's what the Canadians do. Caulfield, what a great play. He doesn't go back on the short side to Suzuki because that gets covered. He goes right across the middle to Hoffman, and that's the open guy. Smart play by Caulfield.
Suzuki will take the draw against Kopitar. Scramble again. Anderson after it. Picked up in the corner, Dvorak goes back to the net. Josh Anderson tied up with Mikey Anderson. Caulfield for Dvorak. Rolled around the boards, Hoffman has got it. Mike Hoffman out to the corner, solid puck, broken up by Kempe. A backhanded down the ice, the empty net and score! Adrian Kempe with career goal 99 into the empty cage to make it 4-2.
Well, for Kempe, certainly it's been a struggle for him a little bit at times, and he doesn't care how they go in. But they keep the puck down low, and for Hoffman, this is a wing and a pair. He throws it out blind, and I think there was enough time, 36 seconds, maybe hang on to it, try to wait for something that you clearly can see, or keep it hard around the wall so you can settle it down. But he decided to throw it out in front, and sometimes that works out, and sometimes it doesn't, and there it ends up on the stick of the LA Kings, and then a backhand where Kempe's in the middle of the ice, so he just knows if I backhand it right down the middle of where I'm standing, the net's going to be there, and he made no mistake as that one curled its way right down into the net. And the Kings up to 30 seconds to go.
Second goal in the past 12 games for Adrian Kempe. As Pitlick deflects in the corner, Pezzetta goes after it, tied up by Philippe Danault. Pezzetta back to the point for Robert Jacki. Jacki with a shot, went off a leg in front. Danault goes after it, he'll poke it forward. Trevor Moore will get it to center. He throws it in on Jake Allen, who will glove it and stop it back in the net. And Allen will leave it there as Wideman comes up with it. Wideman will get it to center. The final seconds will tick off in this one. And the Los Angeles Kings coming to Montreal, and they'll leave with a 4-2 victory.
Well, that's a big bounce back for Todd McLellan's team after being shut out in Toronto. Much better effort by them. For the Montreal Canadiens, just had to kick a bit of rust off in the first half of this game. And by the time they got it going, it's just a little too late. But certainly a gutsy finish for Montreal, almost tying this thing up.
And another win for Phoenix Copley in the Kings net. That's the story from here in Montreal. Now let's send you to Toronto for the Flames and Leafs with Chris Cuthbert and Craig Simpson.
Under live sports, thousands of live events, ESPN Plus originals, the exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library, exclusive access, top leagues and tournaments, and the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive access. Top leagues and tournaments. And the biggest names in the game. ESPN Plus. Live sports. Thousands of live events. ESPN Plus originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.